was like, whoa.
To It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. So Underdog just dropped their ladders game for the NFL. With ladders, you'll pick 3 to 5 players who you think have a big game in them. Winning is very straightforward. The bigger their nights, the bigger your payout. So your payout will jump up for each level hit by every player. You pick who goes off correctly, and you could take home up to 1,000 times your money in one night. Y'all, that's 1,000 times. That's a lot. Try out ladders today by signing up with code ITISWHATITIS and play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds. I'm Treasure Wilson, a.k.a. Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Mase and Cam.
Killa was good, man.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man.
I noticed, son, because I watched our show yesterday. You was acting like Mike act when the Cowboys lose towards the Chiefs lords, but you was passive aggressive with it. You was a little. They're not the same age. I say got a different way when you upset about your team lose. I said, oh, I didn't pay attention. I didn't leave the subliminals. They're actually not the same because he's old. I said, oh, murder don't like that. Titletown will be on the move, y'all. I'm just letting you know, man. Hey, man, look, I bought your birthday gift for you. You know, now many people million in the briefcase. You know, I only give my nigga cash. He give me cash, so I bought the gift for you today. This been sitting in my car for like a week and a half, man.
That's
so
good.
I just want to.
That's good. No, I'll take it.
Let me set this up for you, man. I just wanted to let you know happy birthday to you, man.
Happy birthday, man.
Definitely,
happy birthday, man.
Yeah,
Look at that, man.
Yeah,
Let me see. Let me see. These real bills.
Come on, murder. Not too many people milling the briefcase. If Perez help me sleep safe, nigga.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
The 20s feel like trap money.
No, that's my mattress. I ain't go to the bank for that.
Feeling.
I ain't go to the bank for none of that.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was all in the house.
Look at that, PT.
I'm going to be honest with you, there's some old faces in there, too. The old hunters and all that.
Old hunters.
Yeah, man.
This is good stuff. I love it when the plan comes together, you know?
You know, it's hard to impress them.
This is good.
This is cool.
Do you guys feel like y'all are good at taking compliments?
Not really.
Well, happy birthday anyway. I know I'm late, but
man.
they've been sitting in the car since your birthday,
Happy
brother.
birthday.
Nah, I appreciate it. Because every birthday you got me something,
Yes.
so I appreciate
you celebrate birthdays?
Yes.
I'm just asking.
I think birthdays are important. I think that this is dope that y'all like celebrate birthdays because that should be celebrated. It's another year.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, his birthday is before the cutoff date, so I miss his birthday every year. But thank you for the presents you give me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, look at this.
That's dope. And happy belated again. Today we are joined with our analyst, Arabia. Arabia, how you doing? How you feeling?
Arabia.
I'm doing great, thank you. Hi, how are you? Feeling really good. Speaking of birthdays, my birthday was yesterday, September 8th. So, you know.
Your birthday was yesterday? Happy birthday, man.
Yes, my birthday was yesterday.
What
Thank
you do?
so
I see you
much.
had an NFL commercial and all type of shit you had going on, man.
Yeah, the commercial is finally out. It was so much fun to shoot. But for my birthday, I didn't do anything. I worked, went to Fox, watched some film because my son played football. So I watched a lot of film. It was just focused on football. So it was really good.
That's what's up, man.
What position does your son play?
He plays defensive end, and they play a national schedule. So they're the number 10 or 11 team in the country right now. So, yeah.
And one time I actually seen he played. You know what's crazy, Murder? I seen a video of her, and she was teaching her son how to play defense. She's in the defensive stand, like, no, you got to slide your feet. I'm like, you don't even know basketball like that, but I like the hands-on parenting. I like that, man. That was dope.
You know, I do know basketball. I used to play basketball, but I just stopped watching it. But I know basketball.
Okay, my bad. Because I know I follow you. You know, of course we co-workers and everything else, but I follow you, and I remember when the NBA season started, you was like, somebody fill me in and tell me how this works with how football works. So I didn't know how educated you was on basketball. I actually didn't know you used to play basketball. That's dope.
Yep.
Yeah, super fire. Well, happy belated birthday. Love to celebrate. Let's get into the Vikings. They went on to beat the Bears 27-24. Arabia, are you more impressed with the Vikings or more disappointed with the Bears?
I would say more disappointed with the Bears. First of all, with the 74-yard pick six by Nashawn Wright, he officially is the fastest ball carrier in week one. But it's not always about how you start games, but how you finish games. The Vikings offense really couldn't get anything going in the beginning until the fourth quarter. The Bears defense has to close games. Caleb Williams looks a lot more poised and comfortable under first-year head coach Ben Johnson, who came over from the Lions. This was a very interesting division game, especially after having seen the Lions-Packers game, but I'm definitely looking at the Bears defense to be able to close out games. We saw that in the Bills-Ravens games. You have to be able to close games. And also, JJ MCCarthy has a quote. He said that he grew up a Bears fan, and he was really heartbroken when they passed over him for other quarterbacks. He said Ohio State did something similar, asked them how it turned out. He went on last night to be the first player in NFL history to account for 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter in their NFL debut. So shout out to JJ MCCarthy and to Michigan, go blue. But you definitely have to be able to close out games, and the Bears defense just did not do that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I hate to say this, but you know, it seemed like the Bears was consistent, you know, all through the game. But it just seemed like when they got to the fourth quarter, they just forgot that we got to play both sides of the ball. Pause. And that's the real reality of this. I am sad for Caleb Williams because he was playing really decent. But then when your defense throws it away like this, it kind of speaks to the fact that the Vikings are like that. You know how you let somebody win most of the game, and then you just say, man, don't worry about it. Them niggas celebrating. The game ain't over. They get to halftime. They were losing, but they wasn't losing by much. So they was always really in striking distance when they get to the second half. And then they just turned it on in the fourth quarter like they had another gear to go. And it doesn't seem like the Bears have that. Even though we speak of how poised he was, you got to be able to turn it up when it's necessary. And that's what the Minnesota Vikings did. They scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. Just means that they are a really explosive team if necessary.
Yo, listen, I love the city of Chicago. Everybody knows that used to live in Chicago and everything else, but fuck the Bears. Straight like that, my nigga. Them niggas is the bad news Bears. I'm not going to sit here and spend a bunch of time talking about this game. Every year, some new shit. The Bears this season, even after the game, Troy Aikman and them, well, this is an upside for the Bears. Caleb Williams started out 10 for 10, and he looked really good and is promising. Every year is fucking promising, and then they end up getting rid of niggas and changing the staff and changing the quarterback. And niggas don't even remember Justin Fields was playing with these niggas. Justin Fields looked really good in week one. You know, sometimes it's about finding the chemistry, and the Bears never give people time to develop or develop chemistry or keep a coaching staff or keep a quarterback. I don't really care about the Bears. I'm not spending that much time talking about the Bears. I think it was really good for the Vikings to come back and win because the Vikings are always, not always in it, but they're always around about in it. The Bears are never in it since like 86. Since I don't think they won. I think the Commanders won since the Bears. Commanders 91, Arabia told me. Bears 86, so y'all got to jump on the Commanders. I don't care. I'm tired of talking about the Bears. Last time the Bears won, I had the Chicago Bear pajamas, the refrigerator Perry, Walter Payton and them niggas was playing. Jim McMahon murder. I don't know if you remember that team, my nigga. I was wearing pajamas on the Pac-Man sheets and He-Man. I was playing with He-Man and all type of shit the last time the Bears won. I don't care about the Bears. It's never going to work out. I don't like Caleb Williams. R.P. O.J. Simpson. When he used to be on the show, we miss O.J. and love O.J. He was Caleb Williams out because he went to UFC. And that nigga used to go home crying after they lost games. I'm not a Caleb Williams fan. I'm not a Bears fan. I don't care about this. This outcome was inevitable. I don't care. I really don't.
Bad news Bears. So you literally don't like anything but the city.
Love the city. Love the city. Them niggas know I love them. West Side, Van Bruin, Pulaski. Shout out to all them niggas on the South Side, the Hunnits, Stony Island, everything else over there. I love the city. Great people, great food, great women, cool ass niggas. Fuck the Bears. Hockey team, Blackhawks won. We know what the Bulls did when, they ain't been a little minute, but the legacy. No, the Bears had one good season since I've been alive. I ain't jacking them niggas. And I'm not putting much thought. I'm not going to be wasting my time watching them niggas. Like you said, Murder, I sat there and watched the game, and I was mad that I had to watch it. One of them shits where you like, I don't want to go to work tomorrow and act like I watched the game and didn't watch it. And I'm like, they letting this nigga come back on these niggas, and I was mad. Want to be totally honest with you, once they went up 27-17, I said, good, this game is over. I'm turning the channel. I didn't even see when they got 24 points. I turned after 27-17, it was like 3 minutes left, and I couldn't wait to turn the channel. Straight like that.
At least you're honest. So let's actually go discuss some of Sunday's games because we didn't get to talk about some of them. We're actually going to start with your team. So the Bengals beat the Browns 17-16. Arabia, how do you feel about the way this game played out?
Well, first of all, the Browns had only won 5 week 1 games in the last 35 seasons, so they keep that streak going. But the biggest thing that stands out to me is that Joe Burrow had 2.9 seconds to throw the ball. That's a lot, and that's significant because he only had that much time in 3 games last season. Always less than that. And I account a lot of this to right guard Dalton Risner, who was acquired in free agency on August 27th, so about 2 weeks ago. He was acquired because right guard Lucas Patrick had a calf injury, and his pass blocking was a lot better than his run blocking. But hopefully this addition, in addition to new defensive coordinator Al Golden, just spells support for Joe Burrow because he needs it. Hopefully this right guard can give him more pass protection, and also this new defensive coordinator can get the defense to help play complementary football and get 3 phases of football to be more efficient. So Joe Burrow now has more time to throw. Hopefully they can sustain this all regular season.
I'm not going with any of this. I think Joe Flacco is better than Joe Burrows, man. Cam, what you want to say to that?
You just trying to push my buttons. It's not going to work.
I'm not trying to push your buttons. He actually had more yards for us.
So that makes him better? You would.
So
let me ask you this. If we had a football team right now, to start your football season.
Is your button pushed?
Pause. Tell us straight, yo.
Yeah.
That's nasty work right there. Some nasty work right there. Pause, man. Anyway, if we're starting a football team today, you're saying you're gonna pick Joe Flacco over Joe Burrow?
I'm just saying that game, Joe Flacco looked better.
I'm agreeing with that. I didn't say that, but you said that Joe Flacco is better than Joe Burrow, and I was actually.
We only going on week 1. We're going on week 1. This is what Stat was telling me yesterday. So, are we keeping that energy?
Yeah, no,
because your team lost.
Super mad. Yeah. He's mad. Listen, let's be honest. Let's think about it. Arabia team won week 1. Stat team won week 1. My team won week 1. It's only one person up here whose team hadn't won in week 1.
You're moving the goalposts. I'm just asking about Joe Burrows and Joe Flacco. Who's the real Joe?
I would absolutely take Joe Burrow over Joe Flacco.
All right.
Immediately. Did Joe Flacco have more yards? Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Is it my go? I didn't know if you was Is that all you had to say about the whole game? If that's it, I'll go. I didn't know. But to Arabia's point, and to your point as well, Mase, you got to realize that you're absolutely right. Even with all the pass protection he had, Joe Burrow only had 113 yards. But I'll tell you this much, man. I'd rather take an ugly loss than an ugly win than a pretty loss. If we get it done, however we get it done. You got to think about this. We started 0-2 the last 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. So to get a win in week 1, no matter how we got it, was really decent. Also, our running back, Chase Brown, he did pretty well. He helped Joe Burrow. You got me to have to say Joe Flacco. Joe Burrow out a lot. And we didn't play well at all. And it came down to special teams, missed field goals, missed extra points, etc. But I'll take the win instead of let's say for instance, right? Patrick Mahomes was doing all type of fly shit out there the other day. He looking like a globetrotter, throwing the back, but he didn't win. And he looked pretty though. His shit was pretty. So you'll say you rather have pretty loss than an ugly one? Is that what you said?
No, I really don't care about this game because they didn't have Shedeur out there. So realistically, I'm not watching the Browns until they put Shedeur in the game. I just looked at the stats, honestly. But when it comes to the Browns, if Shedeur is not playing, I'm not watching the Browns. And I'm going to start the petition, for real.
I was just about to say that. Are we protesting?
Yeah, I'm protesting.
I'm not mad at it. The Browns ain't get it together since that's another nigga, the Brad News Browns. Them niggas too. They haven't been getting it together since I don't even know the last time. Since Jim Brown might have been playing. I have no idea the last time the Browns actually won. But if we're starting a petition, I'm down with that petition.
Imagine you 21 years old, you super fly, you could play football, you come from a family of football. They put a nigga in there 40 years old over you. Probably gonna be upset about that.
Yeah, well, I believe this is what I believe. I'm a Joe Flacco fan, actually.
Me too, but I mean, I gotta say what it is. You know?
Yeah, and you know, Shedeur, that's like my little nephew. It has nothing to do with Shedeur, but what I'm saying is this: you got to think about this, right? The Baltimore Ravens actually who Joe Flacco won the Super Bowl with, got rid of Joe Flacco for Lamar Jackson, which Lamar Jackson still hasn't really proven himself to me, and I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. In the playoffs, anytime it's a tight situation with the Ravens, even the night before last on Sunday night game, when it's tight situations, he never overcomes a tight situation. Pause. And you get rid of Joe Flacco, which you said he's older. Of course, you're going to take a Lamar Jackson. But people forget when Deshaun Watson got hurt a couple years ago, they had Joe Flacco in, and Joe Flacco played really well when when Deshaun Watson went to Indianapolis, played well as a backup again last year. So for him to be starting, I think Joe Flacco would be great backup for any team. But I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Him starting,
Yeah, that's disrespectful, though.
I ain't going to say. I mean, he has experience. Think about this. But you saying he's 40. How'd you think Aaron Rodgers looked the other day? He's 41.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers looked cool. I mean, but when it comes down to Shedeur, I'm just thinking about that. Like, realistically, last year I was, Joe Flacco, pause. But in the year before that, every time he got on the team, I was excited that he was on the team. But when it comes down to Shedeur, I just can't do that.
I understand that. Not in disagreement with you. I'm just saying, of course I'm rooting for Shedeur. I want Shedeur to be out there as well. But we're talking about 40-year-olds. And you talk about Aaron Rodgers, 41, Joe Flacco, 40. As much as people love Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not going to discredit his MVPs because he has 4 league MVPs.
Yeah.
You have the same amount of Super Bowls as Flacco.
Yeah.
You both got one as starting quarterback. And that's really the ultimate goal, to be a Super Bowl champion.
What do you think, Stat? Your old 40-year-old lady just take your spot.
Do I speak?
Yeah, I want to know in real time your answer. How you feel about that?
Do I speak?
You get a 40-year-old chocolate lady, put her right here. You say, well, she was good on ESPN. How do you feel?
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, of course you're going to feel some type of way.
What would you say,
You
though?
just got to do better when the opportunity presents itself. That's all you can do.
Is it black woman power still?
I mean,
Black magic?
what does that have to do with anything?
All right, I'm just wondering.
If it's anything, Murder, if you're going to make the same comparison,
Yeah.
which I like, it would be a white lady.
Yeah, 40-year-old
would
white
be.
lady. Right in your spot. Would you be paused? You be tight?
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
You wouldn't feel no way?
I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Would you feel a way? If somebody was in your spot?
Yeah, it happened to me. That's why it's personal for me. When I went to college, I'm out there going crazy. And the assistant coach was like 38 years old, decided he want to activate his six-year Killa that he didn't play. And I'm
Why is he laughing so hard?
There's no way I'm coming off the bench.
I wasn't been in front of the fence for people who don't know. But you got to realize this real quick. Murder told this story about 3 times, but that's how you know it ain't lying. And that's how you know it bothered him. That he's there in college as a freshman. and then the assistant coach who's like 28 years old.
Nah,
And you're
he
not
was
fully
like
developed
30.
when you're 18,
He's
19
like
years old.
34, man.
Okay, yeah.
And then he walks on the court with, the wrong shorts on and everything. You like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, this is how you run the play. You're like, what? I'm out of here, man. Yo, come pick me up. I'm out of here.
That's what made you quit school?
I said, I'm never going back.
Yeah.
Never going back.
Yeah.
I think I told you that, yeah.
Oh, you told me that. Like, first of all, you told me personally.
Yeah.
But you said it on the show for like 6 seasons. You told it at least one time.
This is exactly it.
Right.
Yeah.
I will say though, to that point, things like that literally start like villain origin stories. So it's like when you see that and you know that you just have to sit there and watch, you have no choice but to like come back even stronger.
Yeah,
so
turn up.
that's the way that I look at it in a positive light. Even though that is frustrating, he knows what he's capable of when the opportunity comes.
Listen, man. Listen, and just giving y'all some shit from yesterday. Did you see Aaron Rodgers' post-game press conference?
About the Jets.
He said, how you feel today? He said, I'm just happy to be anybody in the whole Jets organization. Because I know a lot of people over there thought I still couldn't play football. So anything related to the Jets, I'm happy to do pause to beat them niggas.
Yeah.
So it be revenge out there. Niggas feel away.
Yeah, it's revenge season.
Yeah, it's kind of ruthless because even his relationship with Garrett Wilson when they were playing on the same team, you would think that they were inseparable. Garrett Wilson had an interview where he was saying he hadn't even spoke to Aaron Rodgers since he did move. So at that point, it was personal. When it's personal, you got to show up, and that's exactly what Aaron Rodgers did. So shout out to him. And then also shout out to Shedeur. You guys never know what's going to happen. Okay, so now let's get into Arabia's team. So the Giants lost to the Commanders 21-6. Arabia, what went wrong for the Giants, and how are you feeling about the Commanders' win?
Well, first, I want to say the doors of the church are now open. I'm having an altar call for new Commanders fans. Get in now, get in early before we really start to get rolling, because like Marvin Sapp said, close the doors. Once the Commanders really start doing well, close the doors. So I was really, really happy with what I saw, especially on defense. Joe Witt Jr. preaches a culture of violence, putting your hands on somebody and being really fast and aggressive. And that defense was out there flying around. And on offense for the Giants, they really couldn't get anything going on offense because that offensive line was having a hard time going up against our defense. I mean, Jaden Daniels is the star of the show, and I think everyone expected him to come out there and be poised and put points on the board. But the defense is where most people had those question marks. So I was really happy to see that they came out flying around. Will Harris did really well. Deron Payne had a sack. Just all around, I think our defense was just a little bit overwhelming for Russell Wilson and the Giants. And what I will say is I think it's more of a offensive line problem or a scheme problem. Russell Wilson didn't do horrible, but the Commanders just dominated on defense.
Yeah, Killa. The doors of the church is open. You joining the Commanders? Because I was already with the Commanders. I told you that earlier. So the doors of the church is open, Stat. What would you like to do?
I would go to my own church. I don't know what to say to that.
I don't even know what to say to it either. I have no idea.
I mean, it's not a big win. It's the Giants. But, I already said this is going to be my second team, the Commanders. So I'm looking forward to what we got to do this year. We got Jaden Daniels back and Debo Samuels, There's a lot of good things happening, Cam. You could join us early.
The thing about it makes this is what I'm saying. We got Jaden Daniels back. Where was he going? Where was he going? Like, what do you mean we got him back?
Like
he wasn't a free agent.
Like CJ Stroud, right? He played good the first year, and then the second year he was all right. He wasn't at the same temperature as the first year. So this is great to know that Jaden Daniels is keeping that same energy. I look forward to that. I mean, there's not much to say when you think of Russell Wilson. He's not gonna be any different than he's been in the past. I don't think he's gonna have a breakout year. Huh?
Why not?
I mean, Stat, don't start it, Stat. You, when he's at the Steelers, you love him. Now you over here talking about why not. The switch up is crazy around here, PT.
Oh, the switch up is crazy.
Who's who no more. I don't know who's who no more, for real.
Worse, Stat, the switch over is
crazy.
crazy.
It's so crazy.
Listen, man, I'm going to be honest with you. Both of y'all. Listen, man, both of y'all, I ain't going to lie. Listen, I have to agree with myself. Both of y'all niggas is wild. You know what's crazy? Is Justin Fields was playing for the Steelers, starting for the Steelers last season, and he's playing pretty decent. And then everybody's like, well, he's not throwing the ball, he's running. And then Russell Wilson comes in, and he's playing pretty decent. And then he has I think the Steelers lost the last 4 games of their season, shit similar to that. And then Stat was on a Russell Wilson, like, my pop said we need a passing game. He was right. Justin Fields was cool. He was just running. He was right. But we're getting a passing game, Russell Wilson. And then they start losing consistent games. Stat goes to the game. Stat goes to Pittsburgh and says, I realized the problem. I'm taller than Russell Wilson.
He can't see over the defense.
He can't see over his offensive line.
I still stand by that.
I'm just saying, though.
Switch up is crazy,
I'm just saying,
Stat.
he was cool when he was winning the games. That's what you needed. But then when you lost, when he started losing, you went down to, what's the name of their stadium?
Acrisure, I don't know.
You don't even know the name.
No, I can spell it. It's like Acrisure Stadium.
Whatever it is, she went to a game, which was dope, was really dope. Took her father to the first Pittsburgh Steelers game because they're a Pittsburgh Steeler family. And then her father, Papa Stat, what's up, Papa Stat? I speak to you, man. You talk about treasure, discover something. She's right. Russell Wilson can't see over the defense. I had to give it to, I say, yo, just forget the whole thing. I love that family, but y'all bugging.
Switch up family.
But also, Mike confirmed it too. I will never forget. I didn't even tell him that was my take, and he was literally like, yeah, Russ is a little too short. And that's exactly what I said. If you see it, then you're like, damn. And it's kind of the same issues. We had our good games, but it's kind of the same issues that I feel like are going to transpire for the rest of the games now. So I still stand by that.
Tell you something.
And other people do too. After I posted that interview and you could see the side-by-side comparison.
Russell Wilson is a Super Bowl champion, and to be totally honest with you, if Pete Carroll didn't make a dumbass call, he would have had 2 Super Bowl champions. He would have been a 2-time Super Bowl champion. They didn't want to get the ball to Marshawn Lynch. They was going to call a pass play on the 2-yard line and get Tom Brady another Super Bowl. So to me, in my brain, Russell Wilson is a 2-time Super Bowl champion. Even technically he's not. But he was good enough to win them motherfucking Super Bowls. I don't think he shrunk since he fucking won the Super Bowls. He was good enough to do that. Back to you, Murder. All of a sudden, this Commander shit. I had to tell you, I was a Redskins fan when I was little. I'm not going back to that. I'm not even going to dwell on that. But for you now, all of a sudden, Jaden Daniels is back.
They put my pictures up.
Now, I think Green Bay too, and Green Bay and Wells and Dallas, and you got all these places. Listen, man, the Mavericks, all these different places. I know. I understand. I forget.
No, your Stat told me to pick a team, right? She told me to pick a team.
I didn't tell you.
You said pick 2 teams.
Basically, he's trying to say that's his NFC team.
Yeah, that's what you said. So I picked the Commanders. I ain't just make this up.
Listen, man.
I feel like, can I just say, I don't feel like you picked the Commanders. I feel like the Commanders picked you because when that picture came out, then you were like, oh, this is good because they're winning. And it kind of worked out perfectly. That's my take. But if you feel woo-ha Commanders, then that's you, but you haven't gave that yet. That energy when they've been winning. I can't make this up. It's in the gear. If you saw me in the Redskins outfit, Killa, I don't know what to say to Killa.
Murder, I will pull up you with every team jersey right now online, man. Don't make me go online and find you in every damn team jersey in America. Don't act like you had on a special Commanders jersey. I'll go on Google right now and pull up at least 9 different teams you had on. If it matched the fit of your sneakers that day, I understand it. I'm not jacking that. Anyway, let me
But you know the first jersey I had on was the Chiefs. The red and yellow.
The first jersey win, Mase. I know you since we was 9. What are you talking about?
I can't break
What are you talking about, bro?
I can't break through you.
What I'm trying to say.
I need an intervention. Listen.
Yeah, I agree. We definitely need an intervention.
My first jersey I had was the red one with the white numbers with the yellow on it. I can't make this up, bro.
I'm trying to figure out. What I'm saying is, how old were you when you had the jersey? You can't.
Like 16.
We was in school together at 16. Yeah. I don't remember you with a Chiefs jersey at 16, bro.
I can't make this up.
I think you can. I actually think you can make it up. I actually think
you can.
Anyway, listen, man. I can't even argue. Let me get back to the take real quick. Arabia, I'm happy that you are happy, and look, I like what the Redskins are doing. All jokes aside, like I said, especially Bob Myers being there, Mac Johnson being there, Jaden Daniels fan. Just don't celebrate too early. Do not do it to yourself and be disappointed. Because I remember last year, and when y'all was in the playoffs, you was in somebody's bar with a tall talking about belt the ass. Belt the ass, that's what we did. Next week, watch what the fuck happened with the Eagles. I'm telling you now, who want the problems with us? Nobody want the problems. You was in the bar celebrating on your high horse, and then the next week, it was humble pie. Now, that's first and foremost. I'll give you that warning. But congratulations on week 1. Me, you, and Stat, our teams actually won. Secondly, we'll do this. I seen you, Arabia, to your credit, try on my nigga Nick in the control room show, saying that the Giants may be all right this year, and you was giving him a little hope, and you put the battery in his back. Pause, and he's like, yeah, y'all got a new defensive player. The Giants may be all right, and I seen you comforting him, and now he talking about we need Jackson Dart out there. Now niggas, nobody fucking with Russell Wilson. Where's Jackson Dart? Everybody in America just gave up on Russell Wilson
in one game.
One game murder, and everybody talk, well, they got to get the young boy Jackson Dart out there. Jackson Dart this, Jackson Dart that. Before the season, you talk about it may make some strides. 1 week, y'all don't get a touchdown now. It's Jackson Dart time. Told you, Nick, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry that it didn't work out your way. But Arabia, we will give you credit for that. Comforting Nick, telling them that they may make some strides in the NFC, in the division, and it doesn't even look like it. I actually had Nick's back a little bit and told Michael Irvin that the Giants may have finished ahead of the Cowboys. That will not happen. That's just not going to happen. The Giants are going to finish last in the division, whether it's Russell Wilson or Jackson Dart. It's just not going to happen. But congratulations to Arabia. And I really do think Washington has a chance this year. And it's going to be Philly and Washington again in the division. But we'll see what happens overall in the NFC.
So no congratulations, Mase, for the Commander win?
Mase, the Chiefs
I'm just
lost.
asking a question.
No, not at all. No, I bet my second.
No, I'm just asking a question.
My second team.
You're giving out congratulations.
My second
I picked that team before they ever had a game.
My team is Philly. My second team.
Okay.
If we doing second teams, I'm just gonna go with Philly.
My second team is the Bills. We're gonna choose second team.
Yeah, we gonna do
really
second team.
Now, Stat, when you ask me these questions, I'm gonna just opt out of it since it doesn't matter.
No. We'll just
matter.
meet you where you're at, and we'll
meet
continue
me where
from
I
there.
am.
Yeah.
Okay.
That works. So Commanders, Bills, Eagles. We'll see. Okay, we do have a further discussion about Russ versus Jackson Dart. So we will discuss that after the break and see who should remain as QB1 for the Giants. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free.
Welcome back. Now let's get into our Underdog picks of the day. On Thursday, the Commanders will play the Packers. Underdog has Jaden Daniels at 225.5 passing yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
How many?
225.5 passing yards for Jaden Daniels.
Go higher, man. It's the Commanders, man.
Who they playing, Stat?
The Packers.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
That's a good game.
It don't matter.
That's now this is a real good game because a handful of people actually are picking on Jordy to be their MVP prediction before the season. This is a really, really good game, man. I'm really excited about that. What day is that?
Thursday.
Oh, that's a Thursday night
it's
game?
a short game for Daniels.
Well, it's for either one of them. They're both, Daniel's a little younger, but you got to think about this, that Aaron Rodgers was pissed off that they drafted Jordy because they like, he's like, you always drafted somebody who's not a receiver. You haven't drafted a receiver since I've been here. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, Jordy Love it was Aaron Rodgers' replacement, and he played really, really well their first game after they dominated the Lions their first game. Man, this is a goodie, man. And this is a point where Jaden Daniels gets to prove himself because Micah Parsons is going to be on that ass. Pause. I want to say higher, but I'm going to go lower.
Okay. Jordan Love is at 227.5 passing yards. You have him higher or lower, Cam?
I'm going to go higher.
Higher.
Okay. And Deebo Samuel's at 49.5 receiving yards. You have him higher or lower, Mase?
I'm going higher.
Yeah, I'm going to go higher as well.
Okay, make sure y'all download the Underdog app and you guys can make your picks too. So before we continue the Giants conversation, Arabia, real quick, because I know we won't have you till next week. I'm just curious for that game, who would you predict wins, the Commanders or the Packers?
What the fucking kind of question they asking? Like, the guy doesn't.
No, because this is a good game though. Like aside from her favoritism, like I want to know who she's gonna pick.
Wait, Arabia, one moment. What is the name of the Steelers stadium that they play at?
It's ACRISURE.
I just wanted it on camera. You don't even know the name of your stadium.
They changed the name of the stadium name, and so I don't be saying I'm going to Cruiser Stadium. Like I'm not saying that.
I know Arrowhead,
okay,
and you
cool.
say I'm
When's
switching
the last time you were at Arrowhead Stadium, Mase?
Stat. I knew about. Listen to this, because this is gonna be good information for you and Cam. The jersey I actually had on was Joe Montana, okay? So Joe Montana, when they had Marcus Allen, back in those days, that's what we're talking about.
So when was the last time you were at Arrowhead Stadium?
Mace, what are you talking about, Joe? What you talking about? When you were 16?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you about when. So, the jersey I had on
when you
with
were
number
16?
Yeah.
Mace, when you was you 16 years old?
I'm just letting you know.
I'm saying, how old were you?
Oh my goodness!
You said 16 years old.
I can't make this up. You think I could make it up?
Let me ask you this. See, PT, this is what I'm saying. Since he won't want to get to it.
Okay.
He said he was 16, right?
Okay.
Did you hear say 16?
No.
Yes.
Look at him, Google. Look at Google. Look at him trying to put his phone there. Look, he trying to throw his phone down. I caught you. I already knew. Joe Montana did not play the Chiefs when you was 16.
I said I had the jersey on.
I knew
I had the jersey on when I was 16. I had number 16 on. I'm just telling you what I had on.
So you had on the 49ers jersey.
But that's what I'm saying. He played for the 49ers when you were 16. Number 16 jersey, you were 16. He didn't play for the Chiefs. He played for the 49ers when you were 16. So
I'm saying.
But you have the future that he knew he's going to play at the Chiefs. What are you talking about? What are we talking about here, bro?
Sometimes I be before my time. I have to slow down.
You won the day. Yo, you won, my nigga.
I've always had this issue. I answer the question before I'm asked.
Yo, you won, my nigga. Yo, I'm dizzy. I swear to God, I'm dizzy. This nigga spin. I'm dizzy, bro. The nigga had his phone like this. Like, he trying to hide his phone behind his iPad like this. And then go like this. I ain't even doing nothing. Yo, let me tell you something. You know how? I'm just saying whatever feature, whatever. Let me tell you something. You know how I know? Because when I went to college my first year, and I was 18, and for my birthday, I turned 19, I didn't have a baby then, but my baby mother sent me the Joe Montana jersey for my birthday, and he was still with the 49ers, and I was happy to have that jersey. So I know if you were 16 years old,
you didn't have that.
He wasn't with the cheat. Yeah, look at him in his phone.
No, I'm about to find a jersey for you.
All right, no.
I was picking up the jersey for you.
Murder. It better be in one of the locker rooms and I play in a school or something or on 116th Street. And I don't want to see no picture and with no bad boy sign in the background. It better be the right background. I'm telling you that right now. Ask Arabia what she was going to ask us.
Yeah, I didn't have to do too much, and that worked out in my favor. So yes, Arabia, Packers versus Commanders. Who do you predict wins that game? Because I want to get your prediction before we talk about it next week.
Yeah, I actually have the Packers winning that game. As excited as I was for the Commanders defense against the Giants and Russell Wilson and Tyrone Tracy, I think Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs have something else for the Commanders. It's a short week for both teams, but the Packers are at home. And the one thing that really concerns me about the Commanders offense is that it kind of stalled in that second half. One touchdown in the first quarter, one touchdown in the second quarter, nothing in the third, and then they happen to score a touchdown in the fourth quarter. But they have to, once again, learn how to finish games. They haven't done that yet. So I'm going to go Packers in this Thursday night football game.
Okay.
Yo, you're a real analyst. It's not personal with you or nothing, huh? You really gonna give your real objective as opposed to my partner over here. You really gonna give her a real objective. I like that, man. I really appreciate that. But you gotta notice, Murder. Put on the red streak. Is that red? Is that Commander's maroon in the hair?
Yeah, that is.
It's like a brown. It's really kind of like a brown, but the light is messing with it, but it's brown.
Oh, okay. It look Commander's reddish.
See, cute.
But I like that you're objective, man. Who you got, Murder, to win the game?
Commanders, man.
Okay.
I gotta go with my team. I'm not doing that this year.
All right.
I'm not switching teams so y'all can feel better.
Okay. All right.
All right, man.
Okay. Yeah, I have no further comments. We will discuss you guys' takes a little bit closer to the game, but I definitely wanted to get Arabia's because I knew she was unbiased. So I just wanted to hear what she
which
was
team
gonna
are you
say.
taking? Which team are you taking?
I mean, just right off the bat, the way the Packers play, I'd probably choose the Packers, but I don't know.
Yeah, you're bandwagon. If somebody starts playing good, then all of a sudden you're just gonna take them.
Audacity.
Bandwagon.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a new season. It's a new day.
Audacity,
Bandwagon.
Bandwagon is what it's called. You don't even know the name of your stadium. I'm staying on that until you show up.
You haven't even been to Arrowhead.
Until you show up. Until you show up. All my teams are red and yellow. They're red and yellow.
Ooh.
The Commanders and the Chiefs.
Ooh. We got colors. All right, babe. We will continue this debate another day. Let's get into the Giants. So the coach said they will be sticking with Russ as QB1 versus the Cowboys. Arabia, how do you see this unfolding?
A couple things to just keep in mind that are worth noting. The Giants' first black quarterback was Geno Smith in 2017. Their first black quarterback to win a game was Tyrod Taylor in 2023. They were the last NFL team to start a black quarterback. Now they have Russell Wilson, and in QB3 they have Jameis Winston, and sandwiched in between is Jackson Dart. And I don't think it's necessarily anything racist or nefarious happening, but it just is worth noting they do like a certain type of quarterback. And so I'm just putting that right there. Do with it what you may. And on the other hand, I do think, once again, there are offensive line problems. There might be even scheme problems. So if you are going to put Jackson Dart out there, make sure you're putting him in a position to succeed and you're not removing Russell Wilson to put in Jackson Dart, who is a rookie, and setting him up for failure. So, and also the fact that he has to come out and say that already means there have been rumblings behind the scenes of them questioning who's going to start at quarterback. Daboll might feel like he's in the hot seat for his coaching position. So it's not a really good start to the season, especially when you saw Malik Neighbors and him getting into it on the sideline. But either way, I think they have to address more roots of the problem than thinking they can just throw Jackson Dart out there and he'll solve all their problems.
Yeah, I think the Giants got more problems than solutions when you look at this team. And when you think of somebody like Russell Wilson, you got to give Russell Wilson more than 1 week. Now, if he's playing like this at week 4, week 5, then I think it's time to make that decision. But if I was a coach, I wouldn't make that decision until about week 4, because when you're looking at a quarterback of this magnitude, he has the ability to show up next game and look phenomenal, and to cause that kind of uproar this early in the season is just tumultuous for the whole organization. Because what do? Put Jameis Winston in? He's not going to do much difference. And then he'll be a good speaker, like Cam says, in the locker room and all of that. But then if you throw Darp in there and he messes up from the beginning, you don't have a future. So I think the best thing to do is let Wilson rock out and let him get to about week 5 if it's not looking well. Then you make that decision then, but I wouldn't do that this early.
Let me ask everybody up here a question. Just y'all question, everybody's stat, murder, Arabia. Has Russell Wilson been playing good since he been with Ciara ever? I'm just asking, since they got together, has he had a good season? He may have, I'm just asking, I don't know.
Even got together.
Because it's more news about that. I'm looking at the shit and they talking about, Russell Wilson adds Wilson to Ciara's last name and Baby Future's last name. That's bigger news.
Wait. Nah.
That's what that is. Yeah. So
I mean, that's cool for Ciara. Do you do that for Future, baby? Nah, I ain't going with that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not even going to speak on that. That's too That's too loaded.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. This is
a lot of ways.
This is part of the news. So I'm trying to figure out, has he had a decent season since he's been one? And I'm not saying he can't have one. I'm just saying, just the shit. This is the shit that Joe Jackson was trying to stop to break up the Jackson 5. You get what I'm saying? Everybody can't do both. You can't be a lover or a husband and then be that dog on the field, pause, or in the boxing ring or in the basketball court. Some people could do both. Some people need, like, oh man, I made $180 million and I found love. Start throwing passes like this. Like my nigga, I can't jack it if you can't tell me if he ain't have a good season.
Has he had any good season?
Yeah, so they got together in 2015, sources say. 2015 with the Seahawks, he had a 10-6 record. 2016, 10-6. 2017, 9-7. 2018, 10-6. 2019, 11-5. 2020, 12-4. 2021, 7-10. 2022, 5-12. 2023, 7-10. And then 2024 with the Steelers, a 6-1 record.
So the last couple of years been horrible.
Yeah, and has he won a Super Bowl since he's been with them, man?
No.
I wouldn't say horrible though, because when we're looking
5-7?
2021.
What's 5-12?
Yeah,
That's 2022. But that was the Broncos, and we knew that was a little.
Yeah, he was butting heads with the coach. But this is what I was getting to, alluding to, murder. It's been downhill.
Yeah, you could do better, but you can't do better with every woman. I'm not blaming her, but, that's the question you're asking,
I'm not. Listen, I already.
Like, some guys could be married and do well, but it's the kind of woman you could do well with.
I agree with that 100%, because if they don't understand what it takes for you to win.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about
adding extra stuff to your plate. Pause.
Right, exactly. Like, is he at home doing TikTok dancing stat? He looked like a TikToker. He looked like one of them niggas that'll be jumping in. Yeah, I don't know for this, but it's
culturally
been in a TikTok, but he kind of lets Ciara do that.
The point, yes or no, has he ever done a dance for TikTok? Yes or no, Stat? I know you know.
I don't know if he's done a dance, but I've seen him in a TikTok before.
We've been in your TikTok.
Yeah.
But it looked
we're
like
not dancing.
Yeah, it looked like he the type to put on the leggings and do the dance and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Is he a TikToker to like? Forget it, man. I know the answer. Stop TikToking, nigga. Get the fuck on the field before you lose your job, man. And I don't know if you're gonna be good as a backup, and the door will shut on you. The NFL is cruel and unkind, and they will shut the fucking door on you. Keep it up. Keep it up.
So are you blaming her?
No, I like Ciara. I don't have a problem with Ciara. But what I'm saying, put it like this. All right, let's do it. I'm not going to say names. I was with somebody.
I know where you go with it.
I was with somebody.
Yeah.
And they didn't see the vision.
Yeah.
They didn't understand what I was trying to do. And they was like, they actually told me I wasn't that good.
Yeah.
They say, yo.
Tells you wasn't better than Buckshot.
Yeah. This worth everything I love, bro. They say, yo, you're not as good as you think you are. You should probably think about going back to school.
Wow.
Figuring it out. I said, all right. And as soon as I got away from that energy, I shit skyrocketed. That energy was around me 2-3 years. As soon as I got out of that energy, shit skyrocketed. Niggas double back like, oh, so niggas got Lamborghinis now? I can't get a little Ferrari? Nah.
You gotta go to Woolworth.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta go Old Navy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like I said, like you actually said it too. Everything, certain people have to understand what you need to do to win.
Yeah.
And if they don't understand that, what's more important, winning or being in love with what you got going on?
And I think when it comes to like dual celebrities, right, it's important that both celebrities know who is more important. Like there's a lot of times where ladies get with like athletes and they're singers, but he plays in the NBA, or you dance and he plays in the NFL. And though you do have this celebrity, it's time to let that celebrity take a back seat to what this celebrity has, because what he has is much greater. It doesn't mean that you get rid of it, but you definitely have to know that can't be first anymore.
Hey man, let me ask you this, Stat.
Okay.
If you found somebody who you in love with and they're like, yo man, look, you made $500,000 the last couple of years. I got my little juice stand that I'm starting up and shit, man. You know, it's bringing in about $100,000 a year, but I think if we do it together, we can make 200. And he loves you, you love him. And he's like, fuck hosting that sports shit, man. I want us to work together every day and be together every day. But you love him, you in love with him. Are you gonna stop doing what you're doing to start the juice stand with him?
Absolutely not. Like even like I'm such a workaholic and I gotta make my own money and I gotta do my own thing. I'll support his juice stand if that's what he wants to do, but I'm still gonna continue to do my thing. Like I can't just sit. Like I was saying the other day, like I can never be a housewife. Like I can't just sit and not do something. And that's just me personally. I have to be using my brain. I gotta be doing something. But to Russ's point real quick, because I will stick up for him in this situation. I definitely don't think Ciara is to blame. I think like that she's one of those girls that is that girl. And to say like the TikTok thing, like I've seen Steph Curry do a TikTok. I've seen SGA do a TikTok when LSU won the chip and went to the White House and they was doing the get the gat. They was dancing. So I still just think he's getting older.
The thing about it is Steph Curry's getting old and he's winning.
That is a great point. But what I'm saying is I still haven't even seen Russ in the TikTok. So
all right, here it is, just in case you haven't seen it, since you act like you couldn't find it. Thank you, PT. Since everybody act like they ain't see Russ TikToking.
He's not really dancing for real though.
Because he
that
probably
is so
cares
wholesome.
then.
He says he cares about football, his family, and flying. That's real calm. That could be AI. That don't even gotta be him.
That could be AI as well.
AI is wild,
Yeah,
bro.
that could be
That's
AI.
crazy.
That's my new one. That could be AI.
That could be AI, yeah. You might as well just
That's
run
not
with
even
that.
me. They're using your voice for memes right now.
Yeah,
That could be AI.
Yeah. Thanks, PT. PT got on the job for that, man.
Oh gosh. Either way,
I support we understand that people have talents and things like that, but it's just like when you get a better job or you start making way more money, you gotta put away. I think she's a believer. She know the Bible say you gotta put away childish things. When you get a grown situation. You gotta put away childish things. We don't need that from you. You know what I'm saying?
Arabia, what do you think? You haven't chimed in yet. Do you think Ciara fucking up the vibe or not?
So I think that there's so many athletes, especially football players, who get white women. Shout out to all the white women. Nothing wrong with getting a white woman. That when I do see Black love at a high level in the NFL, I like to celebrate it. Jalen Hurts, Russell Wilson. Shout out to Ciara. I love them. I love Black love. They got some Black kids. And I love that for all the mixed people too. That's amazing. But another thing too, if you have this concern about Russell Wilson and Ciara, do you have that same concern about Josh Allen and Haley Stanfield? Because she's an actress. We saw her in Sinners. They just got married. So if that same thing is applied, then maybe over the next few years, we should see a decline in Josh Allen if she's also the type of woman who has a big career and is two celebrities.
No, it's not. I think you guys are hearing me wrong. It's not a problem with having a big career. It's the priority. That's the number one rule to having a great marriage. It's the priority. If you get the priority off, it's not going to work. That's why good people don't work out, because they can't figure out who's the priority here. It's not, people love to say we're equals, but that's all well and good. When it comes down to it, somebody has to be the priority. And when people don't understand that, relationships don't work. So that's why you're seeing a decline in this play. It's not that she's not a good person. The priority is off.
When you say his priority, I'm just trying to
be
clear. So you feel like
y'all forced me into giving you the right answer. That's the right answer.
I'm not forcing you.
The priority is off. The priority can't be, see, if what pays all these bills is football, then football got to be first. If what pays these bills is her dancing, then her dancing could be first. But your dancing can make a little bit of money, and the football make most of the money, and you try to make your dancing as important as the football.
Yeah, nigga,
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, talking about. Yeah, finish, nigga. Yeah.
And that's what's wrong with society. You got ladies out here and guys that are doing things, but they can't recognize that what you're contributing is just a fraction, and it's a small fraction of what makes this family run if it's about the family. And you care more about your success than what's best for the family.
I like that. And listen, I'm not bandwagoning the nothing, but yo, you know,
I need a family show.
No, yeah, you do, but that's a great point, because and we're not just, because it doesn't just have to be Russell Wilson.
Yeah, it's not just Ciara and Russell thing.
It's the same thing if the shoe was on the other foot. Like, let's just use that same example. What if Russell Wilson was up on the practice team, and Ciara was making $70 million. Right, and Ciara was where Beyonce is at. That's the priority.
You would need to understand that even though you play football, follow this path, because this is the path that's supplying for this family.
And we're not telling you to stop playing football.
Yeah, but don't make it first.
Right, and that, to me, and what Arabia said, how she brought up Josh Allen. Before we even get to Josh Allen, we'll just say this. And like you said, it's new. So what you said, Arabia, will it be a decline? If anything, that nigga had 251 yards in the fourth quarter. Niggas ain't have 251 yards all Sunday, a lot of quarterbacks. He had 251 in the fourth quarter. But I think a better example, Mase, of what we're talking about is this. If you're busy and the person that you with is busy, y'all both understand that you have things to do. So I'm not saying you have to have the same career, but you have to have somebody who isn't calling you every 5 minutes to see where you at, what are you doing, what's going on, because they're busy as well. A perfect example is Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is a mega superstar. Travis Kelce is a star in football. They're both busy and they both get it. I don't know how official they love is and all this. I know that they just got engaged, but he wins Super Bowls.
Yeah, and we understand that Taylor Swift is the priority, no matter if he wins the Super Bowl or not. So we're keeping the same energy as it goes forward. So you're not just making it a masculinity thing. No. In the situation of Kelce and Taylor, what Taylor is doing should be put first. So if she can't make the game, he got to understand that. That's how most women would see that. if you're super up, right, Stat?
I want to hear what you got to say.
I just don't agree. I don't think that Russ hasn't made football his first priority. I think that in the off season, okay, cool, like he's working with his family, making sure that Ciara's happy. But I don't even think that Ciara's a good example because she has her whole own other thing going on. I just don't think Russ is that good anymore. And I've said that since last season. But when I say it, everything, I'm just making things like, I just don't think he's that good. I gave him hope because he was with my team, but I don't think Ciara's to blame.
I would say something, but I don't want it to come across the wrong way.
Okay.
But how good is Ciara music anymore?
I still feel
if you're going to say that Russ ain't that good.
I still feel
Don't
like Ciara got some jams, and she's like releasing something new. Like, I don't know.
It's a question. It's a question.
Yeah.
It's not a...
No, it's a question, not a take. Yeah. I still feel like Ciara's music is still good. And even if you feel like her music isn't good now, I feel like the music that she's had in the past is enough to carry her on still for now because she has hits regardless. When people see Ciara, regardless of how you may feel about her relationship, I still feel like she lights up a room and people want to hear her music. She puts on a performance. She still sings good. So I just feel like that's not a good example.
You know what you're doing right now?
What?
You're ruining Russell Wilson's career.
I don't think it's me. I don't think it's me.
And let me tell you, and let me tell you something else too. And I like Stas, your opinion. That's why I like your opinion because first of all, you're a woman, and secondly, you're young. I love to hear these opinions. But if you think that Russell Wilson didn't boost her celebrity, because they think that niggas be like, yeah, she got that nigga tied around her finger. He do this, he do that. I remember I got a clip. We can't play it on this show because it was on First Take. And same way that you feel the way you feel, Stephen A was talking about it, and Molly was saying the same things that was saying, and niggas had the camera on Stephen A. They like, because this when Russell Wilson, they caught the check for like 100-something million. Mm-hmm. And Molly was like, Ciara getting money too. Niggas put the camera on Stephen A. He was like, it was like it wasn't supposed to go on him, but you know, he was like, what? She ain't getting 158 million. Yeah. I like Ciara. So like I said, I don't want none of this to come off the wrong way, neither.
None of us do. It's just a reoccurring subject that keeps coming up, and it's sad that people can't see the fine line. But you know, whatever they want to do in their relationship is their business. It's just somebody asked me the question. I will mind my business, but it's hard to keep hearing ignorance over and over.
Yeah, and listen, not to cut you off, Mase, I apologize. But at the end of the day, this is what I'm saying as well. This is all opinionated. That because Mase has an opinion, that don't mean he right. Because I have an opinion, that don't mean that I'm right. If you have an opinion, nobody's right. It's all opinionated. But I will say this, Stat, you wrote down this topic. You wrote down that Baby Future got the last name. You wrote down that Ciara got the last name. But the whole point is, no, what I'm saying is, why is it news? So now when we say it, it's like we bugging, but this makes the news. If it was no big deal that Ciara or Russell or Baby Future got the Wilson last name, why is it in the list of what the fuck we gonna talk? Not to you, but what we talking about?
Why would you even put the baby in there?
Because I put it in because we talk about sports and we talk about trending topics.
Yes,
the fact
absolutely.
that it is trending right now, I knew it would be a great
Why
discussion.
is it trending?
Why put somebody's baby in there?
The way that we took it, people were just curious on if you would basically allow for the last name change. That's where I thought we were going. We went a completely different way. That's how I know we all think different, and that's fine.
I don't think no man would want his son to have another man's last name, especially if you're out here doing great things as well.
Life. Yes.
Yeah, it's not like. You go on. You marry this guy. Yes, you go on and you be with the guy, whatever. But don't take my name off of my son.
And what's even worse.
I'm not even gonna get into that. But that's that. If it was me, but outside of that situation, if my son wouldn't be nowhere else. But if he was, then you got to keep the Betha last name.
I agree with you 100% because what's even worse to me is this, they keep saying Baby Future. It isn't like his name is Derek or Michael or Rashard. His name is Baby Future, so now it's Baby Future Wilson.
Yes, this was low. This was low. You gotta keep
literally
children.
his name.
You gotta keep children out of it.
That's literally his name. Last thing I will say, because this, I think
you went
still
low
was
this week.
No, I didn't. I think this is a good discussion. Last thing I will say before I let Arabia have her take and we wrap, I just think regardless if a player underperforms, anything situated around them is going to get blamed, even just with Taylor Swift being a superstar. If Travis Kelce has a bad game, it's linked to Taylor Swift. If Russell Wilson has a bad game, it's linked to Ciara. And this is not to even just bring them up, but even if Travis Hunter does something.
Stop. If Clarissa Shields get knocked out.
Yes.
We would blame it on Pat Poole. She didn't get knocked out before that. Facts are facts. Come on. Y'all keep trying to spin this like a man against woman thing.
I don't even
Clarissa
think
going there with Layla Ali and get knocked out in the first round. You mean to tell me nobody is going to say they're not going to put Pat Poole in none of this? And shout out to Clarissa.
Yeah.
You know you're not going to get knocked out. And shout out to Pat Poole. I just had to make this clear. What would you say about that? Because you're spinning it on the ladies' side.
I don't think so, because if Asia Wilson has a bad game, they're not blaming Bam. I just think regardless, with certain people are just going to feel some type of way because of the person they're associated with, whether you like them or not.
Because it's a glow up. If somebody glow you up and they glow you up and they go down, people are gonna pay attention to that.
But kind of like, and I'm going to bring Arabia's point back, when you see how it's going to go from years from now on because it's newer, we don't know the effects of what it's going to be. Because now we can have a comparison stat to say, dang, since they were together, how does it look? We won't know until we see the seasons after that. That's all I'm going to say. I think it was a great conversation. This is not a low ball. Anybody's child, because I'll never do that. But Arabia would love to get your take before we close.
Yes, you close us out. Shoot the men down. Lift the ladies up.
No, because I don't think it was that to begin with. I would just say I don't know what's going on in their household, and there could be correlation and causation. And just because something has the same trend doesn't mean it's caused by that thing. So whatever they're happening and that's happening in their household, shout out to them. But I'm not going to correlate that to whatever's happening on the field.
Okay, so you're a mother of one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. If your child's father find a baddie and she's glowed up and she makes $60 million a year, and for some reason your son has to live with your dad and the baddie name is Johnson, and she's thinking about changing your son name to Johnson, are you going with it?
Absolutely not. There's no situation, if I'm an active parent in my child's life, that my child's name should ever change. No situation where that would ever happen. No.
You should be attorney. You ask the right questions.
Great question. Great topic.
Well, listen,
great discussion.
Thank you, Stat. Thank you for putting it on the docket.
And I add on to this. I want to ask Arabia, but I like Arabia's answer. But I ask everybody, why won't Jaden Daniels' mother let them go out and play? Well, she won't let them even hang out with the basketball joint, Juju Watson. Why not?
She knows what we're talking about.
It's a distraction.
Yeah, it's a distraction.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's
so you can correlate it. It's not an anomaly.
You know there's a difference.
She said, y'all are not going to get to my son before we get these trophies and these MVPs, and all y'all been the dancers, the singers, all y'all stay away. That's what I'm saying. His mother understands what the potential could be.
She understands what happens off the field can affect on the field, contrary to popular opinion.
Arabia, did you have a last take before?
Yeah, I agree with Mama Daniels 100%. And I agree with you guys. What happens off the field affects what happens on the field. But there's a difference between these groupies trying to get at Jaden Daniels for his money and your wife, who's supposed to be taking care of you at home. So
But the
I
thing
would
is,
say these groupies are the same thing as Ciara.
Right, but what I'm saying is this. How will he ever find a wife if his mother won't let him talk to nobody? That's my point. She like, groupies, wife, nobody, football. I don't care. We're doing football. You need some pussy, we'll buy you some pussy and keep the bitch moving. We're not getting in no relationships, man. But real quick, so Arabia has a show that comes on every Tuesday on our network, and every Friday. Arabia, talk to us about the show real quick so people know. Actually, it comes on to later today after our show. Tell them about the show real quick so they know what's going on.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you so much for this opportunity to you guys. I really appreciate it. But the show comes out every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 4 p.m. My co-hosts are Champ Bailey, Matthew Judon, and Coach George Hegeman. Every Tuesday will be with Matthew Judon. We are co-hosts, but we are also co-parents. He's a defensive end for the Miami Dolphins. We have a 6-year-old son together. Every Wednesday will be with Champ Bailey. We're talking skill positions. And every Thursday will be with Coach George Hegeman. We're talking trenches. So you can catch me, All 32, on the same network as It Is What It Is every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
Welcome to the family, even though you already been family, man. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Make sure y'all tap in. But that is all the time that we have for today. Arabia, it was a pleasure to have you as always. Thank y'all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.